straight down the middle. It went straight down the middle. Then it started to hook just a wee bit.
All right, welcome back. Well, you know, behind a great athlete might be a great sports psychologist. Sports performance psychologist Dr. Adrianne Ahern is here to talk about what she is doing in San Diego, what you saw over the weekend. And boy, how do these people get into these zones like Tiger Woods? Good morning to you.
Good morning, Dan.
How are you? First of all, what a great profession, studying athletes on what makes them great or not. How did you pick that?
Well, actually, I was a clinician at Scripps Hospitals here in San Diego,
Yeah.
and I wrote my book, Snap Out of It Now, and I left there to write it, and that's what sort of made me jump the fence into performance. I've loved performance. I've been an athlete all my life, and my book has sort of brought me into the area of performing better. Snap Out of It Now, yes.
There it is.
There you go. It's out in May.
All right, before we get into some of the details in the book, let's talk about what you saw over the weekend.
Great.
And what you saw over the weekend was what we're getting used to here.
Yes.
And that is one man with the complete focus to block out everything and everybody except the game.
You bet.
What is it inside Tiger Woods' mind that makes him so focused?
Well, you know, Tiger Woods is really an example of perfection when it comes to peak performance. And I actually have 4 tips that won't make you a tiger. You'll have to read my book to become a tiger, but
yeah.
I have 4 tips that will lead you that way. And the first one, really, actually, peak performance is really about cutting through that mental interference. And Tiger is an example of really perfection when it comes to cutting through that and focusing. So the first step is trusting your instincts.
Yeah.
You got to trust your instincts, and that may mean stepping back, and we've seen Furyk and Tiger do that in the past.
Yeah.
Second step is stop analyzing. And we overthink, so if you stop analyzing and come back to yourself, the third step is actually taking a deep breath, finding your center. And Tiger, of course, is someone that is able to come back to his center, come back to balance. Breathing brings you back to a sense of balance. And the fourth step is focus. Focus on what you want to happen. Visualize it and let it happen.
Yeah, visualize it. We hear that. I've heard that over the years. What you do, you actually get a visual picture in your mind of what you want to do, and then you go out and accomplish it. Sometimes it works for me, sometimes it doesn't, but to have that picture always helps.
You bet. And all the world-class athletes use that.
All right, now let's talk about the kid who was leading in the first round. And I mean, he was blowing everybody away. Redeker's his name, I believe. Now, what is it? Snedeker, that's right. Sorry, see, I've already forgotten his name. I'm sorry, my friend. But nonetheless, he had the focus that one day, and he was beating everybody, making them look like amateurs out there. But suddenly the next day and the days after, gone. Well,
you know, you see that a lot with the newer pros that are absolutely fabulous with their skill. And what it takes, the difference between the one that makes it on the Sunday afternoon is really about mental training.
Exactly, because a lot of these guys have the physical.
I
mean, if you look out there, you look at tennis players, golfers, whatever, they're all physical beings, you know? But what matters is up here.
Exactly, it is.
All right, let's talk about the tennis match over the weekend. The Williams sisters, Serena Williams, just, oh my goodness, you know, everybody thought that Maria Sharapova was going to take the Australian Open because she's the #1 player in the world, but suddenly Serena, you know, who hasn't won a tournament in a while, made her look like an amateur. 1 and 2 on those sets.
You bet. She's amazing, too. And
it's the same thing. It's sort of this intensity, this focus.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They know what it takes, and they have a mental training program just as they have a physical training program.
Yeah. Now, let's talk about, interesting before we go, you're actually focusing on caddies.
I am.
Now, that's interesting because the caddies can be responsible for a lot of good choices or responsible for bad ones.
Yes, you bet. And I have a book coming out after the Snap book, America's Top Caddies.
Yeah.
And really I focus, it allows me to reference the performance, nuances in performance, that the caddies really, I call them along with fairway philosophers, also the mental coaches of the relationship of the golfer.
They really are. And you saw that yesterday with Tiger and his caddy talking all the time, talking back and forth.
Well, they're responsible for their emotional ups and downs and keeping them on track, and they really are an integral piece to this whole relationship in golf.
Yeah. All right, well, that's going to be an interesting book. Dr. Adrianne Ahern, sports psychologist, and the name of your current book is called Snap Out of It Now.
You bet.
Which is a good thing to do.
It certainly is.
All right, Doctor, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Have a great week.
Wonderful, you too.
See you later.
Okay.